Tony Ferguson's a stud, right?
He is. I can't. I mean, like, it's a trip when you're watching because he's so calm to the point of you're sitting there going, even if you're not rooting for one or the other, you're kind of sitting there going, dude, you're gonna get hit. Dude, like, what are you doing? What do you put? And he's just so. I mean, just seems so relaxed and has his hands down and just like, I've got it. I'm probably gonna, I'm just gonna chill out until we get through a couple of rounds here, and then I'm gonna try some weird shit, and then we'll see what happens. It's bizarre.
So I think he's really good. I think his cardio and his pace are fantastic.
Yeah.
I believe that he makes some mistakes that would really cost him against Conor.
With leaving his chin out, you guys kept talking about.
Oh my goodness! Do you see how high he's hanging his chin up whenever he's throwing punches?
Yeah.
You do that against McGregor, you're getting sniped. You're getting sniped. And I mean, when Conor hits you with a clean shot, it doesn't affect people like most people's big shots affect people. It sends you fucking skating on ice it turns you into a baby deer. What's a baby deer called? Like when they're fucking right out, they can't stand up. They're like shaking and shit. That's what a fucking straight left from Conor does to people. Turns you into a fucking doe. I'm serious. Like your legs just go, dude. And you just can't let him hit you like that. And I think because of the way Tony fights, he kind of hangs his chin up there, and it'll make it very dangerous for him. Because McGregor's like so accurate and so fast. And
who have you fought where you just noticed the hands were a little heavier than, or even sparred with, you noticed the hands are heavier than normal?
God, man, generally guys punching me, I don't feel it. I could tell that Dan Henderson punched pretty hard when we were in close. But the only time that I've been hit where I was like, oh man, this dude has some real power, was Rico Verhoeven. Rico Verhoeven's a K1 champion heavyweight. And he hit me and I was like, oh my Lord, what the hell? I was like, I cannot stay in that range with this dude at all. And it's crazy because in kickboxing, he doesn't have that many knockouts. But he's just so much bigger than I am and so much more skilled technically. And every time he hit me, I was like, oh my goodness, what the hell is that?
If you have is there any kind of correlation? Like people that have heavy hands, do they usually punch like slower, but it's just heavier versus like fast and it feels like, not as heavy? Or
they said speed equals power, right? So the faster you are, the better. Like McGregor's fucking fast.
Yeah.
Conor's fast. So just that in itself kind of is the exception to the rule, Like Mike Tyson was fast. He was really fast, So yeah, he was really fast too.
Hold on, I think Dennis
spilled I know.
I think Dennis spilled something. You gotta we gotta pause for a second.
Okay.
Let's pause.
There we go. Recording.
I cleaned up all the water.
All right, Dennis cleaned up his spill. That's like 3 episodes in a row where he spilled all over himself. So Dennis
spilled the wine. He spills the wine.
Dennis wants to know who's got pillow hands. Who's got the softest hands that think they hit hard? At AKA.
Me.
Come on.
So
give us something.
When I first started, I would punch and just keep breaking my hands all the time. Nick, you remember that in the beginning? I broke my hands like 4 times in a year, and it was because I knocked out Bigfoot and I started like acting as though I could just knock everybody out. Even in sparring, I tell Luke, I was like, I don't even have to hit you hard. All I got to do is really like blow on you, and my fucking power's so fucking enormous. You're going to sleep. But I just kept breaking my fucking hands over and over again. I'd break my hands.
Why were they breaking? Because they were
just like frail. Like I had frail hands. Like and
then what
or maybe I was punching wrong. I don't know.
It was like
certain guys just have hands that break.
How'd they stop breaking?
I had surgery. Stuck a rod in there.
Mm.
Stuck a rod in there.
Was it always the same place?
Keep them together.
Was it the same place that kept breaking?
Yeah, I kept breaking in the same place. Right over my very last finger next to my thumb. It just kept breaking and breaking and breaking.
Sure.
So I put a rod in there, and it hasn't broken since.
I got one of those Bob, those Bob heavy bags. The heavy bag that looks like a little bald guy.
Yeah.
I've been pummeling that guy. Thank God he's soft. These hands will be broken.
You have 3 of them though.
Yeah, I got 3 of them in case I fuck with the first one up too bad. I got 2 more. I got 2 more in boxes ready for when the first guy can't hack it.
I'm kind of confident that you're not gonna fuck up a heavy bag.
Dude, I hit it the other day. The screws started popping off the back.
You're hitting that hard, huh?
Oh yeah. Either that or I didn't screw the screws in properly.
Did you do it yourself? Because if you did it yourself, that shit don't work right.
Yeah, I probably put him in and then couldn't find a screwdriver, so never actually tightened him. Dennis is coming over on, what is it, Saturday?
Saturday.
I got this garage workout going with Bob the dummy, and Dennis is going to come try it. It's pretty solid, I think.
What do you have in your garage?
I got mats, dumbbells, medicine balls, Stroops, and Bob.
So in my garage, I have wrestling mats. I got the walls padded. I got 2 aerodynes, a battle rope, a heavy bag, and some dumbbells and stuff. But those just kind of go up on the ledge because I don't use them much. But it's mainly for my son to wrestle in. But when I'm getting ready for a fight, if I don't feel like driving to the gym, I just have my boxing coach come, and I hit my pads. I do all my pummeling and wrestling all in my garage, and it gets hot because it's not a big garage. So we'll put the heat on. I got 2 heaters that I can get that shit up to 90 in there. It's great.
I found this app where you put in you set the intervals and then you type in the names of what you want to do, like box or sit-ups or push-ups or whatever, and this woman says, so it'll be you'll hear a little buzzer or the sticks hitting, and then it'll be box. So you just set it so near the end of the workout, it just keeps saying burpees, and you're like, fuck, I don't want any fucking burpees. But just because this woman's yelling at you in the app going, burpees. The only funny thing is when you got to do push-ups, she can't pronounce it, so she says push-ups.
Push-ups.
So I spend the first 5 seconds laughing on the push-ups. But
I'm excited, though.
Did you guys see that video of me fighting with that stupid fucking audio cord?
yes.
Did you see that?
That was pretty good.
What was that all about? Fucking stupid cord. And when we spin it forward, McGregor now obviously has to fight one of these guys. Khabib's still out there, 25-0, 24-0, which is crazy and a horrible matchup for just about anybody in the division. I watching Tony Ferguson fight Kevin Lee in the first round and get mounted and taken down as many times as he can. I really worry for him against Khabib because Khabib doesn't get tired. Initially, I thought, wow, this is the toughest match for him. I don't necessarily believe that anymore. But, Nick, I got a question for you. Last week, I saw you on Twitter, and you were going back and forth with people and fans about the soccer team.
Yeah.
And I wasn't quite sure what was going on. What's it, the Burlingame? What's the name of the team?
Well, we have a team, Burlingame Dragons, which is an amateur team.
Dragons.
And we applied for a professional team, San Francisco Football Club. We were going to play in the USL. We were trying to play at AT&T Park, which is where the Giants play. So we'd already been accepted by the league. So all we had to do was secure a stadium, either build one. We were looking to build a 5,000-6,000 seat stadium, soccer specific somewhere, or play at AT&T Park and do a deal with the Giants. So we'd had a couple meetings with the Giants. They were awesome. They were, they said, hey, look, it's the same time of year as baseball. We need to keep a lot of dates open for concerts. But we kind of thought, we'll probably come up to something where we play majority of our games there and we'll have to play somewhere else. And so what happened was it turned out in the end we weren't able to pull it off. So we figured, all right, we've kind of explored, 3 different places to build a stadium. We've explored playing at AT&T Park where we would have seemed, I think, like a big deal. And so from that point I said, let's just withdraw our bid. Let's just scrap it. And then, so I did that. So I figured, well, what's the best way to get this out there? So Dennis and I recorded a quick podcast just explaining hey, here's what we're doing. We're withdrawing our bid. Here's why. Here we took it step by step through. Here's what we tried to build a stadium. Here's the whole process of trying to start a new franchise and this, that, and the other. And then the second half we got in more into American soccer in America, and what's wrong with it, because there's a lot of turmoil with the U.S. Soccer Federation, and it's kind of are they impartial or are they aligned with some of these leagues, and are they then treating other leagues unfairly? And the rest of the world, you start at a lower level and you win, right? You can invest in your team and you can keep getting better and you can win, and then you go up to the next level, and then you win that league, you go up to the next level. But in America it's different. You just pay to go up. So the higher you get, the more you pay. In the rest of the world, there's a financial incentive. Hey, if you spend a bunch of money, get some good players, get a good following, you can go up to the next league. Every step you climb up the ladder, you get more TV money and you get more revenue sharing money. You get all this shit. But in America, you don't. Every time you get higher, it means you have to pay more to join a league. A lot, and usually it's just a hypothetical number, and you have to build a bigger stadium. So it's kind of like, fuck. So we go from, the Dragons, like, to go up to the next league. In the league we were trying to get into, the franchise fee is $5 million, and then the league above that is MLS, and the franchise fee is $150 million, right? So it's like, even in the $5 million league, we're like, wait a minute. So we got to pay $5 million just to get into this league. We don't get any TV money. And then we have to build a stadium to meet that league's requirements. It's just kind of backwards. Like, it stops a lot of people from being like, why would I invest in lower level soccer if I can't continue to go up? It's a complicated thing, but that was kind of where we got into it. But I think it touched a nerve with, people. There's a lot of people that want America to go to the same promotion relegation system that the majority or pretty much all of the rest of the world has.